over 30 and are watching this show right now, well, listen up. You may already be in danger of having brittle bones. And by the time you reach age 50, your chance of bone loss and fracture will only get worse, putting you at risk for bone breakdown. It may not seem like it, but your bones are living, growing tissue, constantly repairing and replenishing throughout your life. As new bone is added, old bone is removed. From the day you're born until your mid-30s, new bone forms faster than old bone is removed. That's how your body builds a healthy skeleton. Strong, dense, and flexible. But after 35, this delicate balance begins to shift. And slowly, the process reverses. Old bone is removed faster than new bone is added. Your skeleton gradually loses density, growing weaker, more fragile with time. If this thinning of your bones progresses to an unhealthy level, you can develop a condition called osteopenia. And if your bones continue to weaken, it can lead to debilitating osteoporosis. Experts estimate 34 million Americans suffer from osteopenia, the vast majority women. And these numbers are expected to rise. So what is your risk? Do you know the steps you can take to keep your bones from breaking down?
One of the ways we identify people who are at risk and find out whether they're in the green, yellow, or red is through a heel scan, through an ultrasound bone density test. That in many ways is a more practical way for someone to self-monitor. Should you get a DEXA scan? Absolutely. Get it by all means, as often as you can. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get them as often or as early as you need to. With an ultrasound heel method, you're going to get it done well, accurately, early, often, and you're going to understand the results. You're going to know what color you're in, and you can do it again in as soon as 6 months, where you can actually show a change. ISCD says you can show a statistically significant change in as soon as 6 months. What does that mean? That means you can know whether your plan's working or not working 6 months later because you retested. So if your plan's working, whatever that plan is, you want to know. And if it's working, you don't want to change it. If it's not working, you do want to change it. But you can't do anything if you're in the dark.
Osteoporosis is painless and silent in its early stages. Both men and women can benefit from an ultrasound measurement of the heel bone. This device will determine bone fracture risk so that you and your physician can take appropriate action to slow the progression of osteoporosis.
Now, the idea is to find out where you're at risk. If you're in the green, it represents normal bone density. That suggests that you're at low risk for fracture. If you're in the yellow, formerly known as osteopenia, now known as borderline, that means you're at moderate risk for fracture. And red, of course, which often will represent osteoporosis. Osteoporosis and being in the red means you have a high risk for fracture. Do you know the number of women last year who died because they had osteoporosis outnumbered the number of women who died from breast cancer, ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, and cervical cancer combined? You know that? So let's say that one of us who are over the age of 50 broke our hip today. Statistics would suggest that for those of you today who are over the age of 50 who break their hip, do you know that you have a 24% chance of being dead in the next 12 months because of that? Say it a different way, because 24% is almost like saying 1 in 4. 1 in 4 who break their hip who are over the age of 50 will be gone within a year because of that hip fracture. Okay? That's why they call it the silent killer. So let's say it happened to you, and let's say you are fortunate enough not to die. You will still have a 75% chance of never fully recovering. I think that's okay. If you score in the red, you don't fall and break a bone. That's not the way it works. Isn't that typically the way it works? We fall, we break a bone. We broke a bone because we fell. But with osteoporosis, when you're in the red, you don't fall and break a bone. You break a bone and fall. Right? You don't want to be in red. If you're in the red, you got to get the heck out of red at all costs. So what do I suggest that people do? I tell people, throw the kitchen sink at this thing. You need to do everything, even the things you don't really want to do. So, okay? So unlike osteoarthritis, where you feel it, but it will never kill you, with osteoporosis, you feel nothing, but it can kill you. You know, there's so many ways that we've made things hard, unnecessarily so. So I'll give you one example of how hard we have found a way to make it. You know, you hear a lot of things about why do we have osteoporosis. From one person you'll hear, well, we have an issue of toxicity, we have an issue of inflammation, we have an issue of nourishment, we have problems with digestion. Well, the fact of the matter is we are a toxically saturated, chronically inflamed, badly nourished, digestively challenged, primarily indoor-based, relatively inactive, chronically dehydrating, big-time meat-eating creature of habit. So do we have multiple causes of osteoporosis? No. We have one. Everybody seems to fit a different situation there. To some it might be more of one, to another it might be more of another. But all those funnel down to becoming one issue, an issue of acid. Your body fights off these things with acidity. It tries to destroy things with acid. Well, we've created a lower pH when our system goes acid, when our blood levels go acidic. And when that happens, we have to offset it. We have to throw calcium at it. Where does that calcium come from? Well, it comes from your bones. Our body makes Tums. So we have to neutralize that. We have to create an alkaline state to offset those acidic states. All of those funnel down and become one thing. Osteoporosis is an acid state. So by promoting alkalinity, we've offset it. We can do that a number of ways with different approaches. So here's another issue. One is that we are dehydrated. Hydration is an issue. If you don't think it is, go to the National Osteoporosis Foundation website and look at what the established controllable risk factors are. They include drinking more than 3 cups of coffee a day, caffeine. Drinking like a fish. Don't drink a lot of alcohol. Do you have to be a teetotaler? No. But don't drink a lot. Excessive alcohol is an excessive risk factor for osteoporosis. So is sodium. White table salt. Okay? Taken in a high-protein diet, especially if it comes from an animal form, actually has a tendency to dehydrate our body. A lot of people don't know that. These are all things that dehydrate us, including soda. Soda's awful for your bones. A lot of people don't realize the dehydrating effects of that. So if we're dehydrating ourselves, wouldn't we then want to hydrate our bones? Do you not know that our bones are 50% water? Our bones are half water. Don't think that our bones don't need water when the rest of our body does.
According to U.S. studies, over 46 million adults, juveniles, and children suffer from this common cause of disability. Arthritis remains a growing problem. Almost 2/3 of the affected people are under age 65, and more than 60% of those are women. Osteoarthritis can lead to joint breakdown, causing chronic pain, lack of mobility, and joint replacements. Healthcare costs top over $1 billion a year in medical care and lost earnings. Break free from pain today. Begin living that active, healthy lifestyle you deserve. How, you ask? Take all natural Osteo Denx. This twice-a-day solution is so safe, you can even give it to your cat or dog. Backed by 30 years of research and development, Osteo Denx's patented technology reduces inflammation and bone loss. It increases bone density and stimulates the production of cartilage. Wow, there's no other product like it on the market. Call 20.
Let me introduce you to Dr. Naidu. He has a PhD in medical microbiology. His work on toxic shock syndrome and the discovery of lactoferrin have brought him international recognition. And Dave Balzer, founder of Biomedical Technology Incorporated. He has a degree in chemistry and an MBA in marketing from California State University. Let's join them now to hear more about this truly amazing breakthrough.
The biggest, most significant function of our skeletal system is the bone acts as a bank for minerals.
The skeletal system contains deposits of calcium and phosphorus, which are withdrawn on a daily basis from the bone for the functionality of various bodily organs.
And every day, our bodies go to this bone bank and say, hey, I need calcium to synthesize proteins. I need calcium for their neurological system. And it goes and it withdraws calcium from this bone bank.
The calcium and phosphorus that enters our body, either from the food we eat or from a calcium supplement, cannot be used directly by our system. It must first be absorbed and converted into specific compounds that our body needs, and then stored for use when it's needed. That exchange of calcium and phosphorus is what our bones do. As we age, our bone density does decrease. So what does density have to do with it?
When we say bone mass and bone mass density, here we are talking about how much of the bone matrix is tight enough, that how much is the porosity of the bone matrix. The tighter the bone matrix, the smaller the pores are, you can hold calcium much better. As we grow old, these pores, they get larger, and whatever calcium supplement you would like to provide to the bone would not be withheld within this larger pores.
OsteoDense optimizes our ability to replenish bone density, which in turn enhances that exchange of vital minerals such as calcium and phosphorus that our bodies need to thrive.
We have to withdraw a gram plus of calcium and phosphorus from our bones every day just to go along our daily lives, just to live and breathe and do what we need to do. And if that's not added back, then again, you're running a deficit. And what the OsteoDense will make sure you do is not only you're not running a deficit, you're actually running a surplus.
So you require calcium supplementation together with OsteoDense to augment bone health.
We should be making biochemicals. We should continue to synthesize biochemicals naturally that instruct our bones to continue to not only withdraw calcium from the bone bank, but also build back. And because we lack certain biochemicals and need these to be replenished, our bone density decreases as we get older and becomes a problem as we get on.
As far as who should be taking OsteoDense, who should take advantage of this bioreplenishment product, I would answer very simply. Women over the age of 35, particularly if they've had children, should be taking OsteoDense and a calcium supplement. Men over the age of 40 should be taking calcium supplement and should be taking OsteoDense. And other people in the population who, as I stated before, have experienced negative pressures or who have put negative pressures on themselves, either because of smoking, because of drinking, because of strenuous exercising like weightlifting and distance running, those are the people who have highly stressed their skeletal systems. They can also take full advantage of OsteoDense and a calcium supplement.
We're in Austin, Texas. We're actually getting ready to have a gathering tonight, and we're going to show some people some really great technologies that can do awesome things for your family's health, focusing tonight specifically on water, which is one of our new technologies, that's where we're going to get started with that. So as you can see up here, we have lots of different water. And I don't know how familiar you are, but I would imagine if you're watching this over the last few years, you've to some degree been aware that we've had some real challenges with our water. The pharmaceuticals in tap water, the pesticides in tap water, the heavy metals in tap water, the chlorine, and all these different things. And something a lot of people don't know a lot about is the acidity and the alkalinity in water. And acidity is actually very bad for you, and alkalinity is where you actually want to be. There's so many studies out there today about how acidity in the body is a breeding ground for cancer, is a breeding ground for even obesity is one of the big symptoms of acidity. And our diet's very acidic. A lot of the beverages we drink are very acidic, and folks just don't know a lot about this, and the only units on the market up till recently that could even address that literally cost thousands and thousands of dollars and can take multiple months' wages, which put it out of reach for most people. Well, our company's come out with a big breakthrough to help you be able to have that power in your hands, and I'm going to demonstrate it to you a little bit tonight. So a lot of you guys out there already are saying, hey, I'm not going to go the tap water route, and so people take different choices. And what we do is we have some of them up here tonight, and we're going to demonstrate just a quick test so you can see the power of this filtration units that we have
and then the simplicity of it, and I hope you enjoy it. You take a look at this first one. It is by Nestle. It's called Pure Life, and I'm not here to slam any companies. I'm just here to let the results show what they show as to where they're going. And people pay 50 cents, $1, $2, up to $4 for some of these waters up here, you know, and they think they're getting fancier waters, and what kind of quality are you getting? Now, even as I do this, I'm going to ask you to go educate yourself on what is in the different waters you're drinking. Go look online about bottled water, about tap water, beyond this demonstration. But here's Pure Life water from Nestle. Here's a real common one, Dasani. A lot of people use this one. I see this all the time. And I'm going to pour just a little bit of this in here, and you'll kind of see why in just a minute. We're going to take this one right here. This one's for babies. This is called Pure. Purified water, preparing infant formula and mixing with cereal. Let's see what this one does. If I don't spill the glasses here. There we go. And then we're going to take Fiji water. This is a more high-end water that people pay a lot. I think this one here was $2.69 for this bottle right here. Now, by the way, a lot of you probably know also that there's a lot of studies out today about BPAs in your plastics and how many problems they're causing with people with different cancers and so on and so forth. So the water quality aside, the BPA issue is a big deal. How many of you guys know people that are in sports and athletics that use like Gatorade for high performance? All right, now we'll pour a little bit of that in there. And then how many people, when they get stomach aches or get sick, go and get Sierra Mist or 7-Up? And I've got a Sierra Mist right here. I'm going to crack it open and put just a little bit in here, and we'll see what goes on with that. Now, as I told you a moment ago, acidity is a very big deal. And everybody, as we're sitting here talking, do you guys in this room want your body to be more acidic or more alkaline? Which one do you think? Alkaline. We want it to be more alkaline. Okay? That's where your body is in a state of health, in a state of homeostasis. So what I've got right here is just a pool testing kit. And this is so easy to use. Anybody can do this. Just to quickly demonstrate to you the deal here. And if you look on this chart, as you're up towards purple, red, or pink, whatever color that is, that's more alkaline. As you get down towards yellow, that's more acidic. The other side's chlorine. If we have time, I'll do that in just a minute. But we're going to focus on the pH level on this side over here. And we've got these real simple drops. And all you have to do this test, and you can do this yourself at home, just go get a pool supply kit, is we're just going to put 5 drops per little container here. We'll see what happens. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do the same one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm counting so that you guys know I'm being uniform here. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's check out some of the results up here. See what happens. You guys can take a look as I swirl this up. What color do most of these turn?
Yellow.
They're yellow. And yellow is what? If you take a look up here on the scale, is yellow alkaline or is yellow acidic?
Acidic.
All right, so these little pH drops, almost all of these beverages up here turn acidic. In fact, highly acidic if you look at some of these right here. And what does this do to your health when you drink these? And what does it do to your body when you bring it in? Your body has to struggle to convert it to pH so you can stay healthy. So we're out doing something for our health. We're paying a lot of money for these different waters and these different beverages. And we're spending millions and billions. Cowboy and I were at a grocery store. He's our partner, Steve Gross in Bernie, Texas. And we were at a grocery store yesterday, and people were going out literally with jugs of this stuff in their containers, thinking they're doing right for their families. And they're going home and they're drinking BPA-rich, generally worse than tap water in terms of the contaminants, and it's acidic inside your body. And you can see the Fiji water, the only one that tests roughly pH neutral, about a 7.2. You're looking at spending $2 to $3 for something of this size, which is way more than gasoline. So it's a real challenge with people. Now, what I want to show you with our filtration system, and this is the Nikken water bottle, and this is the Nikken waterfall. These two technologies here, let's see what they do in a very simple, very easy to use test as well. Now, something else interesting about this, these products right here are NSA 42 and 53 compliant. And what that does, it not only does the pH, it takes out heavy metals for taste, for odor, for clarity, takes out bacterials, biologicals. This stuff is absolutely off the charts. In fact, the only other things that even touch alkalinity on the market cost thousands of dollars, and they basically make pH neutral or alkaline dirty water. Okay? This is not only cleaning it and filtering it, but also making it, well, we'll see what it does here in a minute. And I'm actually going to use, this bottle is empty right here, I'm going to use this big gallon here, since it's the biggest one up here, and I'm going to fill it from this, just to kind of demonstrate what it can do, rather than even using something that you guys didn't see. We actually filled the waterfall out of the tap here, because that's too big to use with a bottle. But what color was this when it came out of the gallon jug here?
It
Yellow. And yellow means? Acidic. Okay? And I'm going to put the filter on this thing. And by the way, this little bottle here, you can get it for about $50, and it lasts about 3 months. And you change the filter every 3 months for only about $15. Isn't that crazy, you guys?
That's cool.
And the other thing, so this is about a dime a refill, and even the bottle itself says BioGreen Technologies. How many of you guys are concerned about your family and your grandchildren when you're putting bottles in landfills that last over 1,000 years before they degrade? This has a special enzyme in it that degrades within about a year when it reacts with the methane in a landfill. It does absolutely no ecological harm. The same thing with the waterfall. It would disappear if you put it in the landfill. Now let's see what it does when you pour it into the water. So I'm going to take another empty cup here, turn it upside down, and I'm going to pour a little bit of our Nikken water in there. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with the drops that I did with all the others. Now remember, this is about 10 cents a refill, also filtered with the 42 and the 53. Those are independently certified. And then I'm going to show you this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What color is that?
That's paint. Red.
Somebody asked you guys a question. Is this good for your body, being alkaline? Or would you rather have the acidic stuff going into your body?
No, that's better.
So I want to check this out. All these hundreds of millions and billions of dollars people are spending, thousands a year in landfills, are a less healthy choice. This is about a dime a refill. This is even less than that if you get the home unit. And it's actually doing this for your body. What do you think would happen if you were able to put this in your body on a regular basis?
Better.
Pretty amazing stuff. In fact, I'll test the waterfall since I'm standing up here real quick. I got it here in front of you just to show you. I'm not very elegant reaching across the table, but I hope you'll forgive me, but I'll show you with the drops. So this one right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What color is this one?
Pink.
Purple as well, pink or purple. So this is the home unit. This is the portable unit. The cool thing is this is just right around $300. You change the filter maybe once or twice a year for about $40 to $50. Guys, this entire unit, our fanciest home unit, is less than the filter change on anything else out there that produces ionized alkaline water, and this does both. And if you're familiar with hexagonal microclusters, this even does that. This is an unimaginably cool water system. I've been doing this for a decade. I still get excited about it. Okay, now check this out. So here's what I'm kind of thinking. Look, I like to eat pizzas and hamburgers, and I like to have a good time, and I'm going to drink a soda from time to time. I live in the real world like all you guys do. What we're looking for is how we can give people an assist to live healthy, yet not have no fun. How many of you guys like to be healthy but still have fun?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I kind of always jokingly tell people, you get a little Nikken in your life, and you're out with your family, and you're trying to live a clean life and trying to be healthy. What would happen if you could take your toxic diet, and you could start to add a little Nikken to it? What color does that turn it when I add this to it?
Pink. Perfect.
Is that pretty powerful that we can actually convert it? What would happen if the people that you loved in your family, you were able to give this to them and put it in their hands? Could you help them have a healthier life just by making some simple changes? How about some baby that doesn't even know what they're getting and has no power even to choose, that probably doesn't want acidity and pharmaceuticals in their water? Would it be nice to be able to put something in that's a little bit better? And then there's just some things and some people you just can't change. Look at the so-called sports performance drinks. I can't convert it, folks. Does that scare you if that's in your body, if you can't convert it?
Yeah.
Check out the Sierra Mist. I can't convert it. Does that worry anybody?
Yeah.
So as we check this out, you can see some pretty powerful technologies here that can really change people's lives just by making simple choices. Now, one of the cool things about Nikken, this is just one of our leading edge products. We have technologies that can help you with your air, your water, your sleep, your nutrition, your aches and discomforts, and all of them are as easy to use with this. Now, I want to ask people, a lot of people don't try to make these changes because they think it takes a scientific background and where am I going to find the answers? How many of you out there could do what I just did today to, number one, get clean, fresh water in your house as easy as filling something up?
I can do it.
Number two, how many of you guys could help share this with other people easily by doing what I just did? Does pretty much everybody feel like they could drop drops in a glass of water?
Yep.
It's pretty simple. Well, number three, how many people out of 10 do you think you would show this to would be interested in having this kind of technology in their life and in their home, even beyond these technologies? Probably a pretty good number, 5 or 6 or 8 or 10, most people. And the last thing I want to just kind of say to everybody is, as I told you before, my wife and I are 40 today. We've been in this company for about a decade. We're passionate about it because it's something that we can be inspired by, and it's the mission of Nikken, which is humans being more and helping people live these balanced life. And the people we're affiliated with and the companies we're affiliated with are, number one, going to raise awareness, and number two, we're going to go out and spread the word. And we're actually looking for people, too, that want to help spread the word. And if you can do what I just did, and you think people would be interested, it's as easy as that to make anything from a second income to a massive income to a retirement level income and everything in between with this powerful company, and it's no more difficult than what I just showed you tonight. So as you guys are out there, and I know I just threw some stuff at you, the first thing I would say is it's very, very simple to get these technologies in your home and become someone that utilizes them as a customer. Talk to whoever gave you this and show it to them and say, hey, how do I get this stuff in my home? If you're interested in sharing it and making any level of income you want, talk to who gave it to you and say, hey, how do I use these technologies and how do I be a part of spreading the Healthy Child, Healthy World message of changing the world one home at a time? How can I be a part of that to earn an income? We'll be happy to show you. And above everything else, I just want to thank you for your time. We appreciate your doing this. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you had a little bit of fun. And we would love to be a part of helping you change your home. And I thank you for your time. Have a great night.
Bicycling, elliptical, don't improve your bone density. Bicyclists have a higher incidence of osteoporosis than the general population does. Your feet have got to hit the pavement. Double your walking. I want everyone out there to double your walking. I know that runners can walk, but I know that not all walkers can run. So I tell everybody to walk. Okay? We're meant to walk. Activity that works, not activity that doesn't work. So specified and clarified, that's the asterisk. Bring the bad stuff down. What are they? Don't smoke, don't do soda, don't do sodium, don't do white table salt. Don't drink a lot of caffeine, don't drink more than 3 cups of coffee a day. Don't drink a lot of alcohol, okay? And don't eat a lot of meat. Do you have to be a vegetarian? Do you have to be a vegetarian? Probably not, but don't eat a lot of meat. That's an established, controllable risk factor for osteoporosis. Your system throws acid at it, and calcium follows, okay? Don't eat a lot of meat, okay? C means make your supplements complete. I just told you.